Good afternoon, I'm Jeff Lyons. This is the afternoon stream show here. I'm joined with, Rob and Jamie. They'll be here with the news update for you in just a second. But before we get to that, we have to sweat through another hot day. Currently, we're at 89. The heat index makes that feel like 96 out there. And we will likely heat it up a little bit more here in the coming hours this afternoon. The hazardous heat will continue through early next week. That means probably Tuesday, at least that's how far we're going to carry these alert days forward. And the other thing you should know is that our temperature now stands at 89, as I said. The humidity still at 57%, dew point at 72. Those are really high and uncomfortable numbers. And we, of course, are in good company around the tri-state. Everybody near 90 or 91 here early this afternoon. We have a few triple-digit heat index values there. Henderson at 100, Greenville 101, Mount Carmel 104 at this time. Our peak heat index forecast over the coming days, we should top out around 105 or a little greater each day, which is why we have the heat advisory in effect. That now includes all of our tri-state counties and will continue through Thursday. Look at the extent of the heat wave from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Great Lakes, and we even have extreme heat likely here from about St. Louis all the way down to Paducah, Cairo, Illinois, Memphis, Jackson, Mississippi, and New Orleans. So it's a broad heat wave that we're going through, and it will likely be about 6 to 7 days long. If you're getting out to the Vanderburgh County Fair today, temperatures will stay in the low 90s, at least through sunset here this evening, and it will be a stuffy 85 there by 9 p.m. Down the line, we have high temps in the mid-90s each day this week, so no real relief on the way, at least not through the weekend. Showers and storms virtually non-existent for the tri-state. There's a very, very remote chance we could see an isolated pop-up today, but I'm pretty dubious about that. And then tomorrow and also Thursday, dry for the tri-state, no rain chances. Mid-90s now very common out in the plains. We've got 97 at Little Rock at this hour, 92 at Topeka. And out west, of course, the couple hours behind here, the sun hasn't completely heated up, Phoenix and Las Vegas, but it will, and those locations should be in the triple digits this afternoon as well. Not any big weather system to move in to cool us down. Therefore, we only have to rely on cloud cover to at least put a little dent in the heat, and even that is going to be pretty scarce over the coming days. Here's Wednesday through Thursday, early Friday, maybe some pop-up showers again Thursday, Friday, but we're pretty much stuck at least until the weekend for better chances for rain, and that would likely come Saturday, Sunday, and maybe into early Monday. But notwithstanding the rain, it's going to be hot and humid. We keep the alert days in place there. 94 degrees for the high tomorrow, and there they all are again every day, an alert day here through the early part of next week. Mid-90s, our best chances for scattered thunderstorms will come over the weekend. Jamie French and Robinson Miles will bring you up to date on the news right after this.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Live from 14 News, this is a 14 Digital News Desk update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. Of course, a lot is happening around the tri-state today, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Our first headline is actually a safety alert out of Vanderburgh County, where a resident has tested positive for West Nile virus. Now, this is, of course, the first human case of the year.
Yeah, Vanderburgh County Health Department officials are urging residents to take precautions. Let me pull up some tips for you right now. Important things that you need to know. They say avoid being outdoors when mosquitoes are active. Apply insect repellent if you can, the one that contains DEET. Cover any exposed skin or some, long sleeves and pants if you can. And then remove any standing water near your property. Officials say most people that are infected with West Nile have no symptoms or only mild flu-like symptoms, but still some people will develop a more severe form of the disease affecting their nervous system. Anyone older than 60 and those with possibly weakened immune systems are at a higher risk. So it's hot out there. We know we're spending time outdoors in the summer, but you want to make sure you're being careful.
True. Hopefully this doesn't change anybody's plans too dramatically. Just a couple things we can tweak to make sure that we're being safe as we get outside and enjoy all that summer fun. Or based on what Jeff was telling us, don't get outside. And
it's
stay
too hot,
inside
guys.
Cool.
It's really hot.
Yeah, more motivation to be in the house. There you go. Well, now to switch our tones just a little bit, we're getting further into the summer, which means we're getting closer to school starting.
Oof.
Freak everybody out
I don't know
here.
if I'm ready for it.
I know,
Yeah.
right? It feels so strange. We're still in July. What are we doing? Well, happening tonight in Evansville, the Vanderburgh County Health Department is hosting a back-to-school lead testing event. Officials say regulations from the Indiana Department of Health say all children should be tested for lead in their blood. Officials say any child up to 6 years old who attends tonight's event and has met those state-mandated lead tests will get a backpack with school supplies. Very fun.
Yeah, and they sort of turn it into a party. If you want to come out tonight, they have hot dogs, chips, drinks available. No pre-registration is needed there. It is happening until 7 tonight at the health department. Maybe a good opportunity to, get you some school supplies, hang out with some fellow classmates, and then, of course, the required lead testing as well. Knock it all out together right there.
One of my favorite things I ever heard is Groucho Marx said, if you're not having fun, you're doing something wrong.
There you go.
If they can make lead testing fun,
There you
there's
go.
no excuse for the rest of us. Having a
Absolutely.
good time, hold ourselves to that standard.
There we go. All right, well, let's get to a very cool 14 News update. We have been talking about the I-69 Ohio River Crossing project for years now, and we will be for the years to come, but here's a step forward in the progress there.
Baby
Those
steps.
massive beams that we told you about yesterday that they brought in are now being, put to work today.
It defies imagination.
It
You
does.
look at those things, they're enormous. To think that they can somehow move those at all
Oh,
is
wow.
wild. Well, today, crews worked on putting those, as Jamie said, that first shipment of those 100-ton beams in place on the Indiana side of the Ohio River. Now, of course, to make this happen, as we talked about yesterday, crews stopped traffic for 15 minutes yesterday just to get those beams delivered from Highway 41 to Waterworks Road. Now, those concrete beams are so large that each is carried by a single truck. Now, the next shipment will be brought in tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, and then that beam delivery will continue through mid-September. They've got to bring in a few of those. I was off yesterday because it was my birthday, by the way. Anyway, I was driving through Evansville because I spent my day off here, hanging out. And I saw those beams, and the traffic was stopped and backed up for forever, which was totally fine because I was just amazed at how large they were, pulled over on the side of the road, literally taking up so much of the shoulder area, and I was like, I don't care that traffic's backed up right now on my birthday. I'm amazed at how large these beams are, and they're carrying them on the bed of a truck.
It is crazy. Well, to think about it, too, what they say, only one truck, they're so big, one
Right.
truck carries one at a time.
Yeah.
But you look at the video of that, and it's not a continuous bed. They essentially
No.
just slap wheels on the back end of it. It's so big, it becomes the truck.
Yeah.
That-
And what's
that
even
baffles the
cooler is
mind.
these beams are the base of the future bridge. So I was like, okay, so I see where they're going to take them, and then somehow they get them put into the ground, and that's what's going to hold up the road that we are going to drive on one day. Blew my mind.
It's
but,
crazy.
I mean, infrastructure is beyond me, but I think it's going to be wonderful when they get there.
I know the mechanical engineering is really complicated and there's so much
Yeah.
to it, but I do think it's funny in moments like this where it's you you put the blocks
Like
in
building
place, and
Legos,
you put them
guys.
together, and there you
Building
go.
Legos, yep.
I'm sure it's
Great.
more complicated than that.
Sure.
Or is it?
I'm looking forward to that
We'll
bridge,
see.
though.
Oh,
2031.
so great.
That's the projected
Yeah,
end
mark your
date.
calendars,
Yeah.
everybody. Well, that's going to round out our little streaming show here today. Thank you for taking some time to talk to us. Of course, we've got a lot more going on around the tri-state today, so be sure to visit us again for 14 News at 4, 5, and 6, and then back again later this evening at 10.
All right. Thanks so much for watching this afternoon. Have a great day.